Hola mi gente, I am Carla Tatiana Vasquez and I am the author of the Salviso cookbook. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make pupusas con curtido, and the filling that we will be doing today is frijoles con queso. Pupusas is the national dish of El Salvador. So the people we have to thank for the pupusas are the Pipil Nahuatl people of what is now known as El Salvador. So thank you to them. A lot of pupuseras will go to the molino using corn that they have harvested themselves. For us in the diaspora and for many people worldwide, you will use Masa Harina that you can hydrate again with some water. And that's what we're going to use today. So let's get into it. First, we're going to make the curtido. What goes in a curtido can vary, but most often you'll find green cabbage, some carrots, red onion, apple cider vinegar. We have a jalapeno here because there is some spice, some salt, some oregano, and we have some red chili flakes here, so you can decide which one you want. The first thing you'll want to do is you're going to massage your cabbage with some salt. For a whole cabbage, start off with 1 tablespoon, and then we can work up to 2. And then, using your hands, you're going to want to massage this for a few minutes. Salt will help make it a little bit softer. You'll start to see the transformation, right? Curtido is very important to pupusas because pupusa can sometimes feel a little heavy. There's corn masa and then there's a filling. This brings a lot of brightness and acidity to the dish. Okay, so now add your carrots, your onions. I love red onion. Next we have the oregano. A lot of the women who I have learned from, my matriarchs, have taught me using your own hands to grind it. Make it rain oregano. So now we can incorporate our spice components. Apple cider vinegar. Mix all of this. I'm gonna add a little water here. Okay, so I want all of these flavors to sit while I'm making the pupusa. So you can cover this, you can put it in the fridge, or you can leave it on the counter, but you're essentially done with your curtido. So now let's move on to making the filling for the pupusas. I have here frijoles salvadoreños, which are also called frijoles de seda, and it is the frijol that all Salvadorans, this is what we cook with. You may also use black beans, but if you were intent on looking for this frijol, check your Latine marketplaces. You'll be surprised where you can find them. To make the frijoles, typically I'll soak them for about 6 hours or the night before, and then I cook them with onion, garlic, some bay leaves, and once they are cooked, I will reduce it until they're not so soupy. I will blend them and then we fry them with some oil and it will become refried beans. So this is kind of the texture that you are looking for. Another Salvadoran ingredient that we have here is Salvadoran quesillo. If you were using another cheese, for instance, Monterey or mozzarella, you would have to shred that one. But this quesillo, it's súper fácil amasarlo, ¿ves? Super easy to mold it. And that's what you want. It also melts really well, which we love that cheese pool when you're making a pupusa. This is about 2 cups of cheese. This quesillo salvadoreño is different than the quesillo mexicano that you might also find. I have seen some folks use that for their pupusas. This is what I like to use. All right, so now we're going to add our refried beans. I'm going to remove my rings. We're going to mix it. You want this mixture to be thoroughly combined so that it's completely become a uniform color. Okay, el relleno está listo. We are ready with the filling. Next comes the masa. I will be using this heirloom white corn Masa Harina. I'll be using about 2 cups. You'll probably get 6 to 8 pupusas, but a lot of it depends on how big you make them. So folks have also asked me, do I need to season my masa for pupusas? And I typically do not. Our filling is already seasoned, and so it should be good. Okay, so now we're going to add about 2 cups of water to this. There's a lot of intuition in cooking, and you can't necessarily say that this is the exact amount of water, which is why cooking is so personal. Allow yourself to be okay with a spirit of inquiry. Does that look dry? Is the crust, when I press it, cracking? If it is, then what does that mean? It needs more water. If the masa is sticking to your hands, that may mean you need more masa. Okay? So now that I have put my water in here, we're going to mix this. We're going to amasar la masa. Okay? Excelente. So aquí tenemos la masa. Here we have la masa. So let's check if it needs more water. So I'm going to grab this right here, and you can see it's not cracking. It's good. It's like Play-Doh. Essentially, Play-Doh doesn't like crack on you. It's always perfectly hydrated. So now we have all of the elements to actually make the pupusas. We already have our curtido waiting for us. Once this is done, we have the filling, we have the masa, and now we need to make sure that we have prepped our comal. You just need a little tiny bit of oil on your comal. You don't want it to be super hot, because otherwise it'll burn the bottom of your pupusa and there won't be enough time to actually cook the rest of the masa. So get it up to a good temperature and then lower the heat. So I have our masa here. Another thing you'll want to have is a little bowl of water. I'm gonna moisten my hands. It helps when you are shaping it. I have flattened it out a bit, and I'm gonna begin just rotating it. A lot of the women in my family, they make their tortillas like this. I'm rotating it, pressing between the heel of my palm and my fingers. So we're going to just rotate it, and here we are. And then I have my filling here. I'm just pressing it in there. You can moisten your fingers if it helps. Okay, now we're going to close la pupusa. We're using this part of our hand to kind of close it like a dumpling. Then we are just cutting away our excess masa. Now, you're gonna see some seams. You can get rid of those seams by just moistening your fingers and patting that down. If you see little cracks, whatever, don't be alarmed. It happens to the best pupuseras out there. Just moisten your fingers, sprinkle some on there. It should be good. And now we're just gonna pat this out. And this is where you can decide how large of a pupusa you want. So this to me is a good size. And I'm kind of using this part of my palm to press right here. There we go. So now this is gonna be very hot. So we wanna make sure it's good. So we're gonna sprinkle it with some water. Para ver si está listo. That is ready, okay? So here we go. I will just let it cook on one side for about 5 minutes. When you start to see the bottom of your pupusa cooking, you will see it change color. You can flip it and then cook the other side for another 4 to 5 minutes. You will also see a little bit of cheese. If it comes out, it'll start to crisp up as your pupusa cooks. A lot of people actually love that because it's queso quemadito. It's like burnt cheese. There are those Salvadorans though, that if they see queso quemadito, they'll tell you that it is a sign of a bad pupusa. These are your OG salvis because it means that the filling came out. Okay, so we've cooked both sides and we see a little bit of the cheese escaping. Just to kind of give you a sense of what the texture is of a pupusa, I'm going to scrape this side right here. So that tells you it is done. So we're going to just move them. This está hot. Cover them up, and now we're going to serve them. All right, so now after all our hard work, we have our pupusas. I'm gonna choose this one right here. This is a good sign. You see how it's like still nice and plump inside. I'm gonna place some curtido on top here. And now we have our salsa de tomate, part of the trinity of this national dish from El Salvador. And now we have our pupusa with delicious filling, delicious frijoles, delicious masa, our beautiful curtido with acidity and savoriness, and that oregano, and then the tomatoes. Let's get into it. It's okay if it gets messy, okay? So here we go. And we have a nice little cheese pool there. In my home, we say buen provecho, so buen provecho. Here you go. A question that is very popular when we are talking about pupusas is whether or not it is okay to eat it with a knife and fork. I don't eat them with a knife and fork. You may choose to do it, but if you get some judgy faces from Salvadorans at the pupuseria where you are, don't say you haven't been warned, because that's just not how we eat them. This is a street food. It's a meal for the working class. So there's a hominess to it. Is that good? Do you need another bite? Because I'm happily going to take another bite.